Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm here on this beautiful but chilly morning at the Move Center. We have this incredible property here in Chandler, and unfortunately we haven't been able to get the word out, and so a lot of people don't even know that this is available and this exists for the Muslim community. So today I thought I'd show you all around a little bit about what is at the center and what our plan is for the center and what the vision is for the center. So this property has some great features. The first and most exciting for us when we saw the property, especially as an organization that runs a food pantry, was this warehouse space, which I'll show you in just a moment. The second thing is that there are actually two houses on this property. And so there's this house, which we're using as an extension to the event space or the outdoor space that I'll show you in just a minute. And then there's another house in the front of the property. And then lastly, there's this building, which is like a garage structure, which is also really cool. We'll share a few details about that in just a bit. Although there are multiple buildings on the property, my favorite part of the property is actually this outdoor space. And so here we have a gate, and it's actually a grapevine. It's not in season right now, but it's really gorgeous during certain seasons. And then you enter this arch, and it takes you into this beautiful, beautiful outdoor space, which we're envisioning having all kinds of outdoor events. We've had, like a small nikah conducted here, but people can have, small weddings, birthday parties, aqiqahs. They can have all kinds of events. Kids play here. It's a really beautiful space to play. We're planning to put string lights up. There's some lights under the trees already, so it looks gorgeous even at night. So whether it's daytime or nighttime, people can use this space. The nice thing about this property is that it gets really cheap flood irrigation. So we're able to flood all the grass, once or twice, or once every other month, or once every month, and it stays green. And to have a green space like this in the middle of the desert in Arizona is quite remarkable. And then here behind us you have this house we're using as an extension to this space, and so that becomes an activity center that I'll show you as well. So we're planning to have some amazing events over the years here, set up chairs, tables, and so on. Going back out from the arch on the other side is actually, you see the warehouse space. And this, is also, the outdoor space doesn't end just here. And so here in this area, we've actually had things like movie nights. And so we set up a huge projector that we have inside the warehouse out here, a projector screen. And especially in the evening, to have people sit here on the lawn, have a popcorn machine going, have hot chocolate going. It's a really beautiful experience. We've watched things like The Message. We watched during Dhul Hijjah, we watched Journey to Mecca. And so to be able to bring our community together, watch documentaries, watch films, watch things that bring families together, children to learn about their religion is quite an experience as well. So we're planning to have a lot of movie nights and many other things like that. As well, on the property, we have a couple of mulberry trees. I think 5 or 6 of them, and there's a certain season where there's so many mulberries, we just invite people to come and pick them as they please and to eat them, and so that's also really, really nice. And then this area is so wide or so long that we've even done things like archery, and kids will, we have some soccer goals, and they'll play soccer here, kids will run around here, and so that's nice. And one of my hopes is that we actually have multiple playgrounds on the property. So this is the first one. We're in the middle of constructing. We've been taking some time, but hopefully we'll finish soon enough. And so this is a place where families can come together and kids can enjoy themselves, and the parents can be free. If you see back there, there's actually goats on the neighbor's property, and so the kids love to come here and just feed the goats. This space right here, it's a little overgrown now, but we actually started a community garden, and just less than a year ago this was completely empty. And so to see the amount of growth that we've had and so many vegetables being produced and people coming to take them, and so I think this is the first community garden for the Muslim community in Arizona, so that's quite exciting as well. This is the other side of the now overgrown community garden. We'll have to clean that up a bit, and we're planning to actually extend the garden as well. And then here are the adorable goats that belong to the neighbor. and they're very friendly. And anytime you come up to the gate, you'll find a bunch of goats come up wanting to be fed. And the kids enjoy doing that. Back there, it looks like there are chickens now too. That's awesome. Yeah, goats and chickens. One other small but really often used part of this property is actually this patio space right here behind this house. And this is a really cool place where we just set up. We'll have breakfast here sometimes. We'll have the popcorn and hot chocolate on movie nights sometimes happening here. There's some patio furniture. We put up some string lights, and so it really lights up in a really gorgeous way at night. And during the day, you have this incredibly gorgeous view of the outdoor space, which you can actually see from inside the house as well. And so we end up using this patio quite a bit. So coming into the house that we're going to be using as an activity center, this is a lounge space that we're planning to build out. We have some furniture in there. We have to remove these boxes. It'll open up the space a lot more. And then this is the master bedroom that we're going to convert into a secondary lounge as well, especially if sisters want some privacy. And then there are 3 bedrooms altogether. This second bedroom that we're approaching, we're going to be turning into an office and a studio. And then this last one has a Murphy bed, which we're going to put a mattress and just make it comfortable if a nursing mother needs a space or someone needs to rest in any capacity. Coming over here, this is a area that we're going to turn into like a library, another lounge, maybe a place to play board games, have small discussions or classes. Make it really nice. And then this is the kitchen area that we'll use for events or just whenever we're using the house. There's plenty of storage in this house, and then this kind of interesting extension area will be used for further storage, and we'll renovate it further hopefully as well. And then that leads us to the front of the house. Coming back around here, this is the front of one of the homes, the home that we're using as an activity space. And in the front you have this nice bench area, somewhat covered and under some trees, and so it's really nice. People can sit here, have some tea or whatever they want to do, inshallah. And then in the front of the property, this is the house. What's cool is there's this little potting shed over here, and then back here there's actually a chicken coop. And I think they might have even kept goats on the property. So, there's some possibility to do that, although I'm not sure how much we'll mix, animals with community events, but, there is the option to do that. And then here you have this really gorgeous outdoor area and, more trees and, just space to walk around. We've actually planted some trees in this area as well. And one thing I'll mention here is that one of the reasons we purchased this property is because this land that you see all the way to the road is actually owned by another masjid. And so that's about 5 acres. And they've been speaking about it for years, but there's this dream to potentially put a community center, a school, a masjid on this property. And so if that actually happens, then our space is already beautiful and has so much potential, but to have a full maybe 7 acres. There's a church that might go for sale in a few years. The land next to us is for sale. To have something like 10, 12 acres potentially is just something that I dream about for our community, especially in an area with so many Muslims as well. It's not like some far off place. You can see the amount of cars. It's nice to be a little removed from them, but it's not a place that's really far off. So it's a really, really beautiful opportunity that we have here. I've already mentioned the mulberry trees, but this is an olive tree here. And, just given everything that the olive tree represents and signifies, and the fact that, zaytun is mentioned in the Quran, I love that this property has the trees that it does. Right behind this one, there's a small pomegranate tree, and I think it might be possible to see some pomegranates there as well. They're very small right now. And then, we have this much, much older and more mature tree. So another thing that's beautiful about this property is that it comes with so many trees, and inshallah, we're planning to plant a lot more to beautify the space. Over here is the garage structure that I mentioned. And what's cool about this, unfortunately, I can't open it right now, but it actually has almost 3 rooms. And so this last room was used as a weight room. And so we're hoping to renovate it and make it really nice so that, people can come and exercise, people can learn how to lift weights and do that kind of thing, stay physically fit. This middle garage section is also really nice, and what would be beautiful to do with it is to create like a workshop, and so we can have it as like an indoor-outdoor classroom. You know, you open up the garage space and, you know, you have a large workbench or a table set up, and we can do courses, classes. If we have a gardening class, it can happen here before we go do the practical element outside. We can pull up a car in here and teach kids how to, you know, change their oil, do DIY projects and things like that. And this last section, because there's one more garage section, we're planning to have like as a recreation space for youth, and so you'd have a pool table and a ping pong table, some lounge area, that kind of thing. So that's kind of what we're envisioning with this part of the space. After that, you know, we go back to the outdoor area here. Sorry, this is the entrance to the property. There's actually two entrances to the property, and in front of this garage space, it's also quite beautiful because you have this lawn in the front, so even more green space. And here, there are a couple of trees, a couple of citrus and lemon trees, I think, but hopefully we're planning to plant a lot more trees. And my hope is that, you know, we make a walkway, we put some benches and people can come, you know, walk around here and just sit down and enjoy themselves. So this right here is the entrance to the property, the front of the property. This is the orchard area that I have envisioned, where we'll put a walkway and so on. And then this is the front of the house, the second house on the property. And so as of now, we're just renting it out to a family, generate some rental income for us to do all kinds of renovations. But in the future, we might repurpose it for other community-based activities and events. But you know, we have a nice cactus up here, and this is kind of how the front of the house looks. And there's another driveway, so it's nice as people can drive in one way, drive out the other way. And we are planning to put more improvements. We're going to install a gate to give us a little more privacy and so on. Alhamdulillah, this is the backyard of that house. You can see that there's a little fire pit, there's a porch area, there's some string lights. This is a nice area. So this warehouse space is the first thing that caught our eye on this property, as I mentioned, and it almost looks like an airplane hangar. And you know, the Chandler airport is actually right over there. It's a smaller airport. I've done a tour of that. We took some kids out there and met with the airport director at some point. But you know, I think the garage, the gate is too small, or the door is too small for an airplane. This is a really, really cool open space that we're already doing some exciting things and hoping to do a lot more. You can see here we have a bunch of mats, and so we actually have a all private girls, women's karate class that's happening. And you know, for them to have a space that's completely private where they're comfortable is amazing. We're also doing men's grappling, and so once a month there have been some brothers that come together and do some grappling on the property. There's some soccer goals for kids to play with outside. We have a bunch of archery equipment, maybe 10 to 20 bows and archery targets. There's an archery range nearby that we've done classes at, but we can also do some archery on this property. Here it's a bit cluttered. We're going to clean this up a little more, but a bunch of storage for our facility and you know, food pantry activities, and so we'll, you know, we do a bunch of that kind of thing here. There's some brothers who play badminton twice a week, and so this is just a really cool open space that we're envisioning to do a lot of different kinds of activities. There's an air hockey table, a pool table. We might move these eventually, but this is just a really cool space that there's just a lot of potential for the kind of activities that we do, and hopefully we'll clean up the storage a little bit, and so this can be used more for functional activities. So I hope you enjoyed this quick tour of the Move Center, and it gives you an idea of, you know, what this space is like and what can we envision with the potential of the center in the future. You know, alhamdulillah, Move has been around for over a dozen years now, and we do so many different things. We have maybe 5 food pantries across the valley, and we actually have a sister organization we started that runs food pantries in maybe 10 other cities across the country, but we're really trying to focus locally, and to have such a unique space for such a dynamic organization as ours that's very different from other organizations and other community spaces is exciting. And so we want to build something special for the folks here in Chandler and in the Valley. If you're local here, please reach out to me. I'd love to show you around. I'd love to have you involved, contribute your ideas, you know, start programs and events for everyone in our community, especially young people, and you know, just see this space in person, inshallah. So please reach out to us, and we'd love to have you. And the last thing that I'll mention is that one of the primary ways that we are able to sustain ourselves is a really unique program in the state of Arizona, the state tax credit program. And so the Arizona state government recognizes a number of local charities that they want people to support, and in supporting them, they actually refund all the money that's donated to them through your taxes. And so it allows you to kind of choose where your taxes go and redirect your taxes to causes you care about. And so Move qualifies for that. So almost $500 for individuals, and if you're filing jointly, almost $1,000, you could actually donate to Move as an organization to, especially run our food pantry, and all of the money comes back to you. They'll refund every single cent, every single penny, dollar for dollar. So it actually doesn't cost you anything to support us at all through that way. And so if you'd like to support us, that's something that we ask you to do. You just have to make sure that you make a donation, moveaz.org/donate, and make a tax credit donation before you file your taxes and before April 15th, and then you'll get all of that money back when you file your taxes.